I mentioned on the video about Relative Finder that you will need an account to FamilySearch.org, and if you don't have one, you can sign up for a free account very easily. So here's how you do that. You go to the home page here at FamilySearch.org, and up here in the upper right, you will see a button to create account. And if you click on that, it will take you to the next screen, and you will need to enter your name, first and last name, your birth date, male or female, and if you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, you'll click that here because then it will pull your record number and actually kind of automatically connect you to a lot of your ancestors. If you're not, then you just hit continue. So we'll just come up with a John Doe version of it here, and we'll just fill this stuff in with random information. We won't save this, of course, but we will go back a little ways. Then hit continue, and then you need to create a username. Okay, so a username, a password, confirm your password, a recovery option. This is important because you're probably going to forget your password at some point, based on my experience. So click in a mobile number here so they can text you or whatever, send you the password recovery that way. Enter your mobile number, select the location where you live, country you're in, and then you can also choose to receive messages from Family Search about information about your ancestors if you wish. It will send out weekly updates. The database there generates these reminders or information about, hey, it was your great-great-grandmother's birthday or anniversary or whatever else. You don't have to do that, obviously, and then you agree to the terms of use, okay? And then hit create account. And once you do that, you will have a username and a password, and you will be able to go in and utilize a database. Now, the first thing I will show you, just very briefly, there's certainly a lot more I could show here, but if I were going in to sign in, the first time, you may not be connected to any of your ancestors yet in the database. So what you want to do when you log in is go to Family Tree up here, and then click on Tree, and then it will show you your pedigree chart. So it'll show you your pedigree chart, and you're going to have some living ancestors here, perhaps probably parents or something like that still alive, and if you do, you're going to have to enter those. They're not going to be in the database for privacy concerns. Those are all private, just to the individual. So you'll have to go and create those. So I've got my parents in here, they're both living, but then I've got my first deceased ancestors, grandparents out here, and those may already be in the database. Now, if you're just starting out and this is all empty, I would say fill these in very quickly. Even if you don't have a lot of detail, that's okay. Just get their names in there, and then go to the grandparents or great-grandparents or whomever your first deceased ancestors are, and search for those in the database. And once you find those, what you'll find is that I get my grandparents here, my paternal grandparents. Then when I click on this little arrow, all of their ancestry will likely show up. Most people are in this database in the United States now. And if they're not, it's really pretty easy to connect, and I'm more than happy to help people with that if they're struggling to get connected. But you will want to go in and get your ancestors connected here before you go to Relative Finder. Otherwise, they don't have any comparison data to use for you yet. So anyway, this is fairly straightforward in my experience, but it can be a little tricky the first time. So like I said, if you have questions, don't hesitate to contact me, and I will be happy to walk you through that. So good luck, and I hope you enjoy Family Search and Relative Finder.